Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for watching. Today we're going to do Face of the Franchise predictions, as you can see here from the title screen. Face of the Franchise is a new card series that they're doing. That's going to be part of Team Affinity. It's going to be the first diamond that is available. They announced that they're going to be doing stages this year. Team Affinity is getting a very cool makeover here. We're going to have the first stage where the gold is a prospect, the diamond is a face of the franchise, and then there's going to be different stages for I think spring, summer, and fall. So 3 more stages to really keep Team Affinity going on all year, which is really cool. But we do know that it's going to be, I think, a 87 to 89-ish diamond for this first face of the franchise. So it's not the top tier guys. It's not the obvious Mike Trout, Max Scherzer. It's guys who are really good. They might not be the true peak face of the franchise, but they're faces of the franchise. Franchises have more than one guy that they promote and that they love and all that. So, some of these names might not stand out as, oh, I don't think of that guy the first thing that I think of with the team. That's all right. That's kind of by design here. Maybe they do another face of the franchise as we get deeper, and it is the Trouts of the world, the Aaron Judge for the Yankees, or JD Martinez, or Jacob deGrom for the Mets, etc., etc. But to start, it's not quite going to be at that level, so keep that in mind when you're listening to these guesses, that I'm trying to guess the guys who are good, well regarded, and could get a nice 87 to 89 diamond off rip that won't counterbalance their, undercut their live series, or more importantly, play under their live series, right? Because if they did an 89 Mike Trout with live series 90 something out there, it's like, what's the point? So let's just get right into it. Let's start with Baltimore. So I'll give him a hitter and a pitcher that I think it could be, and then I'll let you know who I think it's actually going to be. Trey Mancini, by the way, thoughts up to him. He's having something going on with him right now. It's been a bit vague. It's a non-baseball related medical procedure. Hopefully everything's okay. I don't want to speculate on what it might be. He did tweet out recently that he appreciated all the well wishes, so hopefully everything's going well there and we do get a good resolution to that. Right now, health is really all that matters for him with regards to baseball. That's on the back burner right now. So we have Mancini, and then John Means, who was a rookie last year, did pretty well. They really don't have a lot of pitchers, so I'm going Mancini here. Come on. If you used Mancini cards this year, you know how awesome this would be to get like an 87 Diamond Mancini off rip. Basically be a copy of his finest. His live series crushed, which was the silver. So we'd take any sort of diamond for Mancini. Let's go over to the Red Sox now. Again, it's not going to be JD Martinez in my opinion, because he's already going to be a top tier card. And so, Bogaerts and Devers are going to have good cards as well. They don't really have a pitcher option. I'm actually going with Bogaerts here, and I think he can get diamond. Here's the thing, too. It can't, their live series may be upgraded to diamond to kind of undercut some of these team affinities eventually. They just shouldn't undercut them day one. I think that's what they're going for here. So I think we'll see a Xander Bogaerts. I'm trying to think of, there's not really a pitcher that I could even consider. Devers is another good pick. That's why I put both of them. Some I listed 2 hitters or 2 pitchers if I really thought it was tough to decide. I wouldn't mind a Devers. I'll take either guy here, to be quite honest. Next up is the Yankees. I got it down to Gleyber Torres and Luis Severino. Again, Judge, probably too high profile for what we're going for here, so I don't think it's going to be him. Now, with this one, I know a lot of people would want Torres. And as we've talked about these in streams, people are guessing hitters left and right. There's got to be some starters, right? There's got to be some pitchers mixed in. I don't think it's going to be 30 hitters. In fact, we know it's not. There's some that are already confirmed, and I'll get to those as we reach those teams. So I'd love a Torres. I know y'all would too, but I'm going to go Severino here. I think that's still a perfectly viable pick. It's not like they're taking a poor player. Yes, he's been hurt. Yes, he's already done for the season this year, but that actually makes him an easier pick for face of the franchise, because his live series certainly won't undercut that card, because his live series is going to be parked at what it is right now. So I think Severino's a great pick for the Yankees. As I mentioned, get to some of the already confirmed teams. We know it's Blake Snell, so that's already set in stone. That's going to be fun. I'm a big fan of Blake Snell, so I'm going to be going after this card very early after release. For the Toronto Blue Jays, we have Vlad Jr. I could have put Bo Bichette there too. I was thinking both of them, and then Ken Giles for a pitcher. It's not going to be Ken Giles. I think it's going to be Vlad Jr. It could also be Bichette. I think it could be one of those two, but I really do think it's going to be one of the young up-and-coming hitters. I just don't know that Ken Giles has done enough. I mean, they could still do that Philly Ken Giles diamond too if they really want to give us a diamond Ken Giles. I know some of y'all did well with that card. I did not. So I'm actually rooting for Vlad here for sure. For the White Sox, this was another tough one for me because I think it could be Jose Abreu, Lucas Giolito, or Tim Anderson, who I didn't list. They really are faces. I think Abreu's been there a long time. I think he's the real true face of the franchise. I think Tim Anderson, the way he's become such a fan favorite with all of his flash and dash on the field and the excellent season that he had last year, has become somebody that they could definitely go for. But I'm actually going to stick with the Abreu pick because I think Giolito could get it if he had one more year. I really labored on this one. I'm like, do I go for the guy who is kind of obvious? I think Abreu is kind of an obvious pick. Or do I go for the guy who they should maybe go to balance it out a little bit with the hitters and pitchers? And I went with Abreu. So for this one, Cleveland Indians, Jose Ramirez. See, it's not going to be Lindor because he's got his diamond. Jose Ramirez, great hitter. His live series should play great day one. Jose Ramirez cards have always been awesome. And then Bieber and Clevenger on the pitching side. They've been a pitching factory. And again, I'm not going to say it every single time, but to get the pitcher-hitter balance a little bit closer, because I think there's going to be more hitters than pitchers, at least with my picks there are. I think we got to go for some pitchers. It makes a lot of sense for Cleveland. That's what they've been known for. So I went with the Biebs. Either one would work for me, but I went with Bieber here, really kind of flipping a coin between the two. For my beloved Detroit Tigers, LOL at them having a hitter. Come on, guys. Because it's not going to be Miggy because there's so many opportunities for high diamonds for Miggy. So I really don't think that would make sense. There's already going to be a gold Miggy for the Marlins out on day one, plus his live series. I don't think like a medium diamond is really worth it. So I think Matthew Boyd is the pick here pretty easily. And again, pitcher balance. This one's already confirmed. Kansas City Royals, they're going to go with Whit Merrifield. There was a little video. If you watched the stream on Saturday, there was a little video when they were introducing faces of the franchise. They showed 5, 6 different faces, or maybe 3, 4 different faces. It wasn't 5, 6. That's too many. But it showed a handful. That's how they're confirmed. They could change them on us, but that's what I'm going off of for somebody like Merrifield, if you're wondering how that's confirmed, and a couple others that are coming up. Snell, they showed the card. That's how that one's confirmed. They showed this one as well, Minnesota Twins. Kyle wanted to show off his Twins, so we know it's going to be Byron Buxton. I'm really excited about that. Byron Buxton cards are awesome. Premium defense, premium speed, and his live series could hit this year, and that didn't have good ratings at all. So a well-rated hitter, it's solid hitting, premium speed and defense, I'm in. For the Angels, this is one I'm desperately hoping I'm correct on, because live series Ohtani is going to be a hitter. That's all he did last year, and that makes sense. If they're not going to give us this face of the franchise, Ohtani, as a pitcher, or please give us a 2018 flashback pitcher very early in release, because I really want to use pitching Ohtani. Again, not going to be Rendon, not going to be Trout. They're already diamonds. They're too high for this. Maybe if they do another face of the franchise down the line, you can do it with them. Ohtani fits perfectly. I think an Ohtani pitcher could be a nice 87, 88, 89, and that'd be amazing, with some good hitting numbers as well. So that way when you're using him, you don't have to use a pinch hitter that first time through. Or maybe even the second time through. For the Oakland A's, Matt Olson's picture was one of the ones that was in that little clip there. I'm excited about this. Could have done Chapman, could have done Semien. They've got some interesting pitchers, but they're young guys who haven't established themselves yet. So I really think it comes down to one of those three. Olson's a great pick. I'm here for it. For the Seattle Mariners, I really do think it's Kyle Seager or bust. I don't really know where else they would go. They don't have any pitchers of interest. I think I listed one other potential. Oh, Mitch Haniger. Mitch Haniger was the other hitter I thought maybe it could be. I think Kyle Seager fits, though, so I'm picking Seager. Kyle Seager cards slap, guys. We had live series, the gold flashback, and the diamond tops now. They all crushed. So a diamond Seager day one in Affinity, give me. This one was really tough, okay? This will be one of the last 3 times. Give me 2 more after this that I can mention the pitcher-hitter balance, because I know I'm nauseating mentioning that, having to balance the two. This was so tough, though, because Gallo, fan favorite, uber stud, we all love him, versus two viable pitchers who you could give a nice mid-diamond to keep that balance kind of close. It's still going to be imbalanced toward hitters, no matter how you slice it, because there's just not enough starting pitchers to go around, I don't think. Because here's the thing. A lot of starting pitchers are too good for it or not good enough, because it's going to be a diamond card. So there was kind of that middle ground. And I think they missed an opportunity for a good one in Jose Barrios with Minnesota. Not that I'm mad at Buxton. I think that's a good pick. But that would have been a good one to put in there for a diamond. So I went with my heart over my brain. I think logically, to keep some semblance of a balance, Lynn or Minor would have been smart. But come on, I went with Gallo. You already know that I did that, because that's exactly what we all want. For Houston, again, their top guys are probably too good on the pitching side, so I had a hard time really coming up with somebody that's really like a face of the franchise. McCullers was pretty instrumental in the World Series, so it's Correa versus McCullers. In the end, though, I couldn't go McCullers. I had to go with Correa with his blazing arm. Now that they fixed his arm rating, that could be fun. For the Braves, shifting over to the NL. Oh no, I forgot to do the little animation there on the Braves team. I think I might have forgotten it on a couple others. Albies or Soroka, I'm picking Albies there. Okay, there was only one team that I forgot it on. Darn, I should have checked all of those. Oh well, this was another confirmed one. We saw Brian Anderson's face, like Mancini and Seager and Buxton, guys that if you use their live series card, they were hidden gems this year. Brian Anderson, and then of course he got Finest, which people probably did use, but you might not have used his Silver Live Series. It was incredible. So I'm cool that he's going to be the Team Affinity face of the franchise for them. Next up for the Mets, Conforto and Syndergaard. Real tough choice here. For me, I'm going Syndergaard though, because first off, elite pitcher, going to have the outlier quirk. And if you make him a diamond, so you juice him up a little bit off, I think his live series is going to be a high gold and ready to get diamond if he does. If he can get to where he needs to be. Noah Syndergaard is so good, but his execution is just off by a little. But we've seen it before too, and I'm just talking really last year, because for his career, he still has really good numbers. But he's so close to being right at DeGrom's level. Like, I'm not even kidding. I know DeGrom is one of the very best pitchers in baseball. I promise you Syndergaard has the ability to be right there with him. I'd love to see a face of the franchise card. Plus, I'm probably going to stow away a few gold Syndergaards at the beginning of the year for an investment, as I think he could be an early diamond. Next up for the Phillies, JT Realmuto's only been there for a year, so that was a tough one. And of course, Harper's too good for this, so I went with Nola, kind of an easy pick, and I think it'd be a fun card too. For the Nats, we already saw this one confirmed. He was kind of the video that they showed that they debuted this with, so we know it's going to be Juan Soto. That's going to be awesome. And then for the Cubs, I forgot to do the animation again. Geez, hopefully I didn't miss too many more with the little animation, so I'm spoiling these. Bryant versus Lester. Although, is this really being spoiled? You knew I wasn't going to pick John Lester. Kris Bryant's the pick here. Could be Wilson Contreras, maybe. But I guess Rizzo, too. Rizzo doesn't have a diamond. I didn't give him enough consideration. I got to be honest. I'm thinking about this now, and I didn't give him enough consideration. I'm going to say that it could definitely be Rizzo here. I'm going to go Rizzo or Bryant. Contreras off to the side. I forgot, Rizzo's always just a high gold. He hit diamond a couple times in live series upgrades, but has never really lived there. For the Reds, you got Votto, Suarez, and Castillo. Now, Votto is sort of similar to Miguel Cabrera in that has an illustrious career that they can make many diamonds from. So I maybe shouldn't have included him, but I don't think he's as good of a comeback bet as Cabrera, just because we haven't gotten any indication that he's fully healthy and ready to go. Now, we also didn't get an indication that he was necessarily hurt last year. That's speculation on my part and the part of many others, because why would he have been so bad, though? It seems like he played through injury last year, though I don't know. So basically, I included him as he could be a consideration, and they could still do a peak diamond down the line. I guess they could do the same with Miggy, but Miggy also has that gold card coming out. So I thought it was just a lot of Miggy off rip there. So Votto could get this card now. an MVP card or a signature series later, it wouldn't be too much clutter. Suarez is a fan favorite. We love him. Probably too early to do that. I actually went with Castillo. So all that lead up to say that I went with Castillo. Excellent pitcher, very deserving. And we need more pitchers. I have one more time to bring it up, right? One more time. Milwaukee Brewers, Lorenzo Cain versus Brandon Woodruff. Again, it's not going to be Yelich. And it could be Braun, same idea as Votto, where they bring a Braun out early and then they can bring out his prime stuff down the line because he does have so many good years for excellent cards. But I boiled it down to these two candidates, and I went with Brandon Woodruff. That's more of a prayer. He only has the one great year. He's been around with them forever. He was drafted by them. In fact, so was Cain. You might remember Cain from KC, but that's because he came over in the Zach Greinke deal and then went back to the Milwaukee Brewers. So he was traded from them and back to them. But he's an original Brewer, so he could qualify as face of the franchise. I considered Keston Hiura, but he only has one half season, so it'd be too early for that. I know Woodruff, like I said, is a little bit of an out on the limb pick. I just really like Brandon Woodruff this year. I think he's going to stay healthy, put it all together, have a big 180 inning season of awesomeness. So hopefully he gets the card there. This one, to me, I think it's so obvious if it's a hitter that it's Josh Bell. It's not even close. Like, I can't really think of anybody else that it would even be considered. Now, we were debating this in Dimu's stream, and I was debating back and forth with somebody who didn't quite see it my way with regards to Bell. But then somebody else, a third party, said, well, it could be Taillon. And that's a good point. He is hurt. He's going to be working his way back this year. I think he's not going to return until mid-season. His live series wouldn't undercut it. He has been around. He has done some good things. You could make a very plausible diamond out of him. I wouldn't be mad at that because I love Jameson Taillon. I hate the injuries that he's gone through. He dealt with cancer. So, I wouldn't be against that, but I am picking Bell here. I think it's a really good fit. Josh Bell's Player of the Month card was insane. So an 88 diamond day one would be so fun. And it might be a must get, even at first base, which is a deep position. For the Cardinals, we got Matt Carpenter and Carlos Martinez. Yachty, I guess, would fall under the Braun Votto realm, where release that early signature or MVP card down the line. Wait, MVP card. He doesn't have an MVP. Does he? No, Yachty does not have an MVP. I really want to check it, but I don't edit like small stuff out. You saw me take a drink. That's going to be in the video. And I would look it up on my phone and I wouldn't edit it out. I'm not going to do that. I don't think he won an MVP though. He is a valid SIG series though. But anyway, I thought better of giving him one. I put it down to Carpenter and Martinez. And in the end, I went Carpenter. That was a tough one for me, though. I thought Martinez could get it for, wait for it, pitcher-hitter balance. Okay, that's my last one. I can't bring it up anymore. Even if I select any pitchers, I can't talk about that. They need to balance it out a little bit. But Carpenter would be fun. Carpenter SIG series was one of the more underrated cards this year. I loved that card. So I'd be great with something like an 89 Carpenter that can play multiple positions and absolutely crushes. This one was already confirmed. It was in the little snippet video as well. David Peralta's picture was in there, so we know that it's going to be him, or we think it's going to be him. I guess we don't know for sure, but it's a safe bet based on that video. Here we have the Rockies, and it's Blackmon versus John Gray. There's no way that they're doing a pitcher for them. There's just no way. The Rockies are known for hitting. How could you not do Charlie Blackmon? It just wouldn't make any sense. With the Dodgers, again, they've got those upper tier guys like Bellinger and Walker Buehler and now Mookie Betts, although he wouldn't be a face of their franchise. But I think you got to go into the middle tier there. They've got two guys who've been around for most of their excellent success, even though they can't quite finish off the World Series. But either of these would work. First closer, though. Give me Kenley Jansen here. I think this would be a fun card. Could do some interesting things. His signature series was a really good card. You could still do this and then bring out the signature series later. This would not prevent a signature series from coming out because that's going to be a 98-99, whereas this is an 88-89. For the Padres, their hometown team there for SDS, they could go with one of the young bucks. I don't think that Hosmer is the face of their franchise, or Machado even is. And I know neither of these guys have a long career yet, but they're homegrown talents. I know Tatis was traded for whilst in the minors. I still consider that homegrown. In fact, so was Paddock, by the way. Paddock was from the Marlins, and Tatis was traded for James Shields. White Sox, you're lucky you've got so much going on for y'all, because if not, you would just think about that every single day. Whoops, went the wrong way there. That would be tough. But I went here with Paddock. Give me a really good Paddock to use. I think Tatis's live series has a chance to go diamond, so I don't think we necessarily need to get him a diamond right away. His live series should be fun, should be like a solid gold card with great speed, solid fielding, except for that terrible arm, and a lot of contact, and some decent pop too. For the Giants, it was tough, y'all. Buster Posey has that Academy Award card, as they call them, and I don't know that they're also going to do face of the franchise. So, in fact, I'm fairly certain that they're not. So I excluded him from consideration, which really made it tough. Now, I think the Brandons, Belt, and Crawford have been around for a while. They could easily get it. Samardzija, he's been there for 4 or 5 years. So is Johnny Cueto, so you can go with either of them. I went with one of the hitters. I went with Brandon Crawford. Brandon Crawford, I'm going to say it right now, sneak, tip, nice. His gold card the last couple of years, the gold flashback, has been an underrated card. My boy Cal, if you're watching this, you know he's killed me with this, Brandon Crawford. I used it against him one time, and it kept the same magic, but he's absolutely decimated me with that card. So I'm going to go with Crawford here. I'm kind of hoping more than anything else that that's the pick. But those are my picks. Who are some that you really disagreed with, and who do you want to see? Remember, please don't pick the Yelich's, the Trouts, the Scherzers, the DeGroms. Those guys aren't going to get it. Remember, we're talking 87 to 89 diamonds. So if you have some disagreements or some picks that you want, let me know. But make sure that you're picking kind of those mid-tier guys who could truly be a face of the franchise. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Got a lot of content coming out. Going to have a video every day ahead of 20. And then I'll let you know how my schedule is going to work during the season. Thanks for watching.